So, are you ready to stop just guessing with Google Ads and actually start winning? Because let me tell you, in 2026, the game has completely changed. In this explainer, we're going to give you the new playbook to launch a campaign that really works. But first, a quick warning, and you really need to hear this. If you're trying to use a Google Ads strategy from, say, 2020, you're not just a little behind. You are actively burning cash. Google has totally rebuilt the engine, and you need to learn how to drive this new machine. So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll decode this new AI-powered landscape. Then, we'll build a rock-solid plan, and I'll show you exactly how to master the AI. By the end of this, you won't just have a campaign, you'll have a genuine growth engine for your business. All right, let's get right into it. The first thing you need to do is forget everything you think you know about Google Ads. Seriously, it's not a simple marketplace anymore where you're just bidding on words. It's more like a living, breathing ecosystem, and it's all powered by a very smart AI. You see, it used to be that you were the puppet master, right? You were pulling every single string, adjusting every bid. Now, think of yourself more like a coach. Your job is to set the strategy, to give the AI the right data, and then you let it go out and win the game for you. It's a partnership. And this whole new world, it's really built on three huge pillars. First, bidding is automated. The AI is making millions of calculations every second to get you the best possible price. Second, broad match keywords. They aren't a gamble anymore. They're supercharged by AI to understand exactly what a user is looking for. And third, with all the privacy changes, the AI can actually predict conversions even when we can't track them directly. It's pretty amazing. Okay, and that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most important part of this whole thing, the planning. Let me be crystal clear here. If you skip this step, you are basically setting your money on fire. It is that simple. Look, before a single dollar leaves your wallet, you have to set up conversion tracking. The best way to think about it is like a scoreboard for your business. It tells the AI exactly what a win looks like, whether that's a sale, a lead form, a phone call, whatever. Without this, the AI is just flying completely blind. So let's break down the new rules for tracking in 2026. Number 1, use Google Ads tags directly for bidding. Don't rely on delayed data from Google Analytics. Number 2, you have to turn on enhanced conversions. It's like a secret weapon for getting back data that privacy updates took away. And finally, don't confuse the AI. Pick 1 to 3 of your most valuable actions and tell the AI to focus only on those. Now here's the deal. The AI needs to learn, and it learns from data. So you need to plan on feeding it at least 30 to 50 conversions a month for it to really get smart. What does that mean for you? It means you have to budget for a learning phase, probably 60 to 90 days. I know you want results yesterday, but you have to be patient here. It's an investment, not a cost. All right, the foundation is set. Now for the fun part, actually building your campaign. We're going to start with a classic search campaign. It's honestly the best way to get your feet wet and see some real results, fast. Let's talk keywords. The biggest change, the real game changer, it's broad match. It has been totally reinvented. Now, the AI isn't just looking for the exact words you typed, it's looking for the intent behind those words. It's almost like having a mind reader on your team, finding you customers you never ever would have thought of on your own. Then you've got phrase match. Think of this as your perfect middle ground. It gives you a little more control, making sure your ads only show up when the search includes the core meaning of your keyword. It's that ideal balance between reach and relevance, especially for terms you already know work well. And rounding it out, we have exact match. This is for your absolute home run keywords, the ones that you know for a fact convert. It gives you the most control. But just be aware, exact isn't quite as literal as it used to be. The AI will still match you to some really close variations in synonyms. Okay, on to the ads themselves. You're going to be using what's called responsive search ads. And here's the best way to think about it. You're basically giving the AI a big box of Legos. You provide a whole bunch of different headlines, different descriptions, and it will test and build the perfect ad combination for every single person who searches. So, where do people go after they click? Your landing page. And let me tell you, this is the moment of truth. You can have the best ad in the entire world, but if your landing page doesn't deliver on that promise, you just wasted your money. It has to match your ad's message perfectly, and it absolutely must be blazing fast on a phone. Okay, now this next part, this is probably the biggest mindset shift you need to make to really succeed with Google Ads in 2026. It's not about trying to outsmart the AI anymore. It's all about feeding it the right signals. And a huge part of feeding that AI the right signals comes down to one thing: choosing the right campaign type for the job. Think of it like a toolbox. You wouldn't use a hammer to saw a piece of wood, would you? Well, each campaign type is a specialized tool, and it's designed for a very specific job. So let's break down your main choices here. If you want maximum control, if you want to see every single search someone types in, you go with a standard search campaign. Now, if you want to go all in on automation and just let Google find customers for you across all of its platforms, YouTube, Gmail, all of it, you choose Performance Max. And if you have a search campaign that's already doing well, AI Max for Search is a fantastic way to let the AI intelligently expand your reach. Okay, you have done all the heavy lifting. You've built a smart campaign, you've given the AI all the right signals. Now it's time to light the fuse and watch this thing take off. Now, I need you to listen closely because I'm about to save you from the #1 rookie mistake. Do not panic. For the first month or two, your campaign is in what's called a learning period. The AI is like a student in a new class. It's taking notes, it's figuring things out. If you keep changing the lesson plan every day, it's never going to learn. So please, be patient, let it do its thing. So if you really want to scale your business, you've got to understand where Google Ads fits into the bigger picture. Think of it like this. Google is like a fisherman with a net. It's amazing at catching people who are already in the water, actively looking for fish. Meta, on the other hand, platforms like Facebook and Instagram, they're like a chef who creates a delicious new fish recipe that makes people who weren't even hungry suddenly crave fish. And that right there is the secret weapon of the smartest advertisers out there. They don't see these platforms as competitors. They see them as a 1-2 punch. They use Meta to create the demand, to get people interested in what they have to offer, and then, when that person is finally ready to buy and they go to search, they're right there waiting on Google to capture that demand and close the deal. And that brings us right back to the one question you should be asking yourself every single day. Are you giving Google's AI the right signals to succeed? Because in 2026, that's really the only question that matters. If you get that right, you're not just running ads, you're building a growth machine. Now, go build yours.